Thanks for logging on to NASCAR.com for our inaugural edition 2011 Fantasy Showdown. I'm Mark Fine, joined by Bill Kim, interactive producer here at NASCAR.com, and Marty Snyder, the captain and defending champion of our little fun fest here.
That's
Marty,
right. Don't you forget it, Mark Fine.
Well, we're all coming after you, my friend. Let's get right to it. First of all, we have new rules here, guys. Look, you win, you get 43 points. You're in last place, you get 1 point for the drivers, right? You've got place differential, laps led, all that stuff comes into play. So go check out the rules. Make sure you understand them completely before you start making your picks. Now these guys are going to make some picks, try and help you out. Marty, we're going to start with you. We do studs, duds, ones to watch. Let's start with a stud. Who do you got for Daytona?
Well, for my stud for Daytona, I'm going to go with Tony Stewart. You know, I think for the money, he's fairly good price this year, and I think he's going to be very strong at Daytona. I don't think we've seen all that he has to show quite yet. I think the new rules are going to be very interesting in how everybody plays this game. You can't set your team on Tuesday, Mark. You got to set it on Saturday or Sunday and make sure you're paying attention to who qualifies where. That's all I'm going to give for tips on how to set your team this year.
See, paying attention, that's where I really struggle. So I'm going to, as we know last year, my last place finish. Hey, Bill, you give us your stud now. I know you are always paying attention. I see a lot of numbers on that sheet.
A lot of notes.
There,
always paying attention. You were in last place by a wide margin, by the way. I just want to throw that out there.
Okay.
Marty Snyder's right on with Tony Stewart. That's the thing about Daytona is it's a crapshoot, and especially now with the new track being repaved, we really have no idea who's going to win. But I really like Dale Jr. right now. He's not very expensive in this game yet. This could be a really special season for him, but something just feels right about Dale Earnhardt Jr. at Daytona this year. He was fantastic in the shootout before he got caught up in that accident that wasn't of his own doing. Qualified on the pole, so obviously the speed is there. It just something feels right about Jr. this year.
All right, let's move on to duds, and Marty, we'll come back to you with this now. Somebody to stay away from that folks might be tempted to go to at Daytona that you think they should stay away from.
Well, I think Trevor Bayne. Listen, the kid's going to be fast. He's going to run up front at times, but you know what? Nobody's going to work with him, and he is not going to be up front at the end of the Daytona 500. I think he's going to be very good at intermediate tracks later in the year, but for Daytona, avoid the Trevor Bayne pick.
All right, how about you, Bill? Somebody to stay away from?
Trevor Bayne, wow. It's good to see Snyder did his research. My guy to stay away from is Kasey Kahne. I wasn't really impressed with Kasey Kahne at the end of 2010 in the Red Bull car, and so far what we've seen at Daytona hasn't been very impressive either. Engine going out early in the shootout. He's never been very good at super speedways anyway, so I'm just going to avoid Kasey Kahne in a big way right now.
All right, hey, the last one, this is where
Mark, this is my whole approach for the fantasy shows when I do it with Kim. I can't give away too much information. He finished second last year.
And by the way, I want to remind him, you're either first or last. You know, I mean, last
sir.
by a wide margin.
Sir.
I mean,
Exactly
come on.
right.
You're taking a shot at the host on the first show. I'm like 3 seconds in. All right, let's go. This is where you guys earn your keep now. One to watch. Somebody wants to fill out that roster, get a good value. Bill, we'll start with you because, hey, you finished like third. Great. You give us somebody to watch out for this year.
My one to watch, I've been saying it since January, and I'm going to continue saying it right through this Daytona 500 and probably all season long. This is Paul Menard's coming out party. He is finally with a team that is going to do some things on the track, and Paul Menard is going to show that he belongs in the Cup Series. Sunday in qualifying, all 4 RCR cars, top 15, but who was the best, Mark Fine? Paul Menard, 4th fastest in qualifying. I'm telling you, this is his season. Snyder, I dare you to challenge me on that.
All right, well, and by the way, Marty, this just in, the producers of the show saying that the reason they have you on here is to help fans. So now, whether you want to keep stuff to yourself or not, you've got to let them know who to watch for. Who do you got?
I help a little bit. I don't give too much information because I know Bill Kim's always watching the show to steal from my information. And I'm going to take the high road. I actually like that pick of Paul Menard. See, there you go, Bill.
There you go.
Very nice job.
Nice.
Now you're making me feel bad.
I'm going to go with Joey Logano. I think Joey is on a team that can be very good. I think he'll run up front. I think the Gibbs cars have enough speed. And I think he'll have some help. I think Joey's gotten to that point where people trust him now drafting. He's run up front in the last couple plate races. So I'm going to go Joey Logano as one to watch this weekend.
All right, guys, great stuff. Marty, by the way, they're also telling me we're going to post your picks well in advance for everybody to see from now on right there on the website.
That's fine. Hey, fair enough.
For all your news, expert analysis, more games, log on to NASCAR.com/fantasy. We'll see you again next week on Fantasy Showdown.